Hey, how are you? What's going on, Ms. Martin? This is JV. So I'm going to do this again in regards to our BLS skills checkoff, okay? So I'm just going to act as if I have a student, and I'll be the student, and I'll be going in and out, but definitely just going over the checklist, all right? So first of all, with the student, definitely give them a scenario of what's going on with the BLS. And we're going to do an adult first, okay? So we want them to know that we'll just tell them we're in a hospital setting, we see someone collapse, and then from there, what will you do next? And then from there, we want to make sure that the scene is safe. Okay, so I'll tell my students, look, you gotta make sure the scene is safe, okay? Check your surroundings. Then from there, I'm gonna activate the emergency where we're gonna shout, hey, you okay, you okay? You okay? I'm gonna check for responsiveness as well as check for responsiveness and activate the emergency response system and tell someone to grab the AED. From there, we wanna also check for breaths as well as a pulse, okay? Make sure we're gonna you're breathing, okay? No pulse. All right. So then from there, we're going to start with compressions. We're going to place our hands in the lower half of the sternum. And we're going to give high quality compressions. We're going to give 30 compressions. And we're going to go for an adult. We're going to go 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Okay. And we're going to go over 15, no less than 15 and no more than 18 seconds with those 30 compressions. Again, we want to make sure that we get those 30 compressions with the lower hand, half of the sternum. And we're going to go like this. 2, 1. And hand placement is off. So once again, we'll have a sternum. You want to go with a certain speed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, and then from there, we want to also make sure that we give effective breaths, okay? We want to give 2 effective breaths after we complete our compressions, okay? And with that, we want to make sure that we give a breath of 1 second. Typically, we're going to have an empty bag, which you have here, but initially, I'll just ask the student because we'll have a barrier device, just something so we don't make contact. And again, we want to give that 1 breath over that 1 second to make sure we also see visible chest rise. To make sure that we give them breath. Also with the compressions, we also want to make sure that we see recoil as well when we give our compressions. And once again with the breaths, 2 breaths after the compressions over 1 second. And to make sure that we see the visible chest rise and start compressions no later than 10 seconds after, okay? So with that, we'll show them. And with the breaths, just tilt the head back, put on our device. If we don't have it, we'll just pinch your nose with the tip. We'll have a device. And again, tip the head back, and we're going to make sure that we see 2 chest rises. We're going to breathe up in 1 second, okay? And with this, all right. And once again, we're going to complete, and we're going to start off with CPR again with our compressions. Lower half of the sternum. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right. And then from there, we'll ask someone, they grab the AED. So once the individual returns with the AED, we'll stop and we'll go ahead and attach the AED. Once again, AED is at the school. And with that, we'll attach the AED. We have 2 pads. Okay. And with that, also with your AED, the first thing that we're going to tell the student is to turn it on. Have to turn on the AED. And then with that, the AED is going to talk with you. It's going to give you everything that you need to know. That's also, you have 2 pads. You have a pad that you're going to place on the upper right chest and one that you place on the lower left abdomen. With that, you place those, and then you allow the AED to sync and to start reading. So it's going to read, it's going to analyze, and then from there, if it needs to deliver the shock, it will definitely let you know. So if it says needs to deliver shock, you step back. Everyone step back, and you do not touch the body. It's going to say shock delivered. After the shock is delivered, you're going to resume with your compressions, okay? Again, lower half of the sternum. And then from there, we'll go again and continue to go through the cycles. But that's how we would do with the adult BLS. Thank you for watching, and we'll go from there. All right, hey, so now we're going to do our infant BLS skills checklist portion of our BLS training. So with the infant, similar to an adult, but with the infant, it's a small individual, okay? So we want to make sure we find this individual, the scenario, we find this infant, we see their parent, we ask them if we're able to assist, and we are, we're going to check, make sure the scene is safe, of course, as well as going to shout, make sure everything, hey, you okay, you all right? And then we're going to activate the emergency response system, okay? And also, we're going to make sure that we check for pulse, as well as any sign of breathing, okay? So again, with that, we have this infant, the scene is safe, and make sure the student acknowledges that the scene is safe. They said they want to start, they're shouting, make sure no response, and then from there also we're going to make sure this, you start the emergency response system, and we're going to go from there and check breathing and pulse, and we're going to start with compressions, okay? So once again, similar to an adult, however, with the infant, that we're going to definitely, note to the student that we're going to go 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches, okay? We're going to also go with 2 fingers right below the nipple line in the center of the chest, okay? And we're going to give 30 quality compressions as well, okay? So then with that, we want to also make sure that we see chest recoil after each compression. And we're going to do this no more than 15 seconds and not over 18 seconds, okay? And following this, we're also going to give 2 effective breaths, okay? We're going to give a breath over 1 second, all right? In addition, we're going to resume compressions after that 1 breath. We want to also, just like in doing what I want, to make sure that we see chest rise, okay? So we're just going to run through real quick. Cycle on 1 cycle. I'm going to actually do 2 to 3 cycles, all right? But this is the first cycle. All right. Oh no, baby's down. I'm going to ask the parent, hey, you mind if I, can I start CPR on your child? All right, boom, boom. Okay, they're not breathing. So we're going to go ahead and start with our compressions. Right again, below the nipple line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, we want once again 30 quality compressions. And then with that, we know we're going to give 2 breaths, and then we're going to be over 1 second. And have a back device right now. Give it 1 second, back device. Once again, we want to make sure that we give 2 breaths over 1 second, and then we're going to resume compressions following, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, okay? And again, with the quality breaths, all right? Watching for chest rise. All right, in addition, we have our empty bag. We'll have and on the 3rd cycle, we're gonna have our 2nd individual. So we'll make it to where it's a 2-person rescue team for the infant, and we'll get an empty bag. We'll have an individual, a BMD, barrier mass device, BMD. In this case, we have 2 empty bags. In this case, we want to use the adult one with the adult mask. For the infant, you're just going to flip it around. Typically, you can do like this for the adult, but for the infant, just going to flip it around. The same idea, basically, but just making sure that we don't go too hard because we don't want to overload their lungs, okay? All right, so the 2nd rescuers come back, and we're going to start that 3rd cycle of CPR. With that, this time, when you're doing this 2-person CPR with an infant, you're going to do the thumb and circling body technique. And like this, you just go like this. And you're going to give 15. Instead of 30, you're going to give 15 compressions, okay? And with it, that other individual, they're going to give those 2 breaths with the device. So let's go ahead and start. 1, 2, 3. And again, we're right under the nipple line, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we gave our 15, no less than 7 seconds and no more than 9. And then with this second individual, come here, boom, gonna flip it out, got an empty bag, and then you can do the cup, the easy cup, but we want to just make sure again we don't overload the infant lungs with too much air. We're just slight breeze. We want to definitely just make sure we see chest rise. We don't want any resistance, but we want to make sure we see chest rise. All right, once again, 2 breaths. All right, and then we will start with, we'll finish with our 2 finger or thumb and cycling body technique. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Again, with 2 person is 15 compressions with 2 breaths, okay? Typically with the empty bag, if you have one, or a barrier device. If not, also, just a quick review for this with the adult. Because we forgot to show this one as well. But with the empty bag, you have an individual put in between your knees. We're gonna tilt the head back. All right, we're gonna put our mask on correctly, tilt the head back. EC, tilt chin. And we're gonna get 2 quality breaths and make sure we see the chest rise. All right. All right. And again, that's our BLS skills checklist for adult and infant. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely just send feedback, and we'll go from there. Have a great one.